Hello guys, in this video we'll be seeing how to install and set up Jenkins on our remote system. So what is Jenkins? Jenkins is a continuous integration and continuous delivery or deployment tool which used mostly in automation world. It's very much helpful in setting up the complete chains of upstream and downstream and many kind of different pipelines where we can download plugins like GitHub, Maven, Intra, and many other plugins. Kubernetes are available, so we could download and use these plugins to provide and set up our pipelines. So some of the other tools which are similar to Jenkins are Travis CI, Maven, and many other tools are there. Atlassian's Bamboo and many other things. So we'll be seeing how to install and set up Jenkins from our manage node using Ansible. So Ansible makes our job easy as we have seen earlier videos. So I've written a playbook using Ansible. So I'll be showing the code of the playbook. So this is the way we can set up an entire Jenkins in our remote system. So we'll be applying it to all the IPs which we have set in our ip.txt or the config file of Ansible. So after that, we'll be creating a yum repository as it's same kind of a thing. It consists of around 110 plus kind of a software. So we have to create a yum repo to it. In so we'll be using a yum repository module which provided by Ansible community. So we'll be using that, and after that, we'll be downloading the key which Jenkins which provide. So it's the key which will be provided from this URL. So one thing we need to keep in mind that anything which we are configuring, we should be knowing it as a manual way. So once we know how to install everything from manual, so we can build the playbook very easily. So once after that, we'll be updating the yum repo as because we would have added the Jenkins repository to our default uh, software links which will be provided by AppStream and base OS of Red Hat. So we need to update the yum repo. So these three lines would be yum, name yum, and state latest will be updating the yum into latest version. So as Jenkins will be working on Java, which is OpenJDK version. So we need OpenJDK to install. So we'll be installing that, and after that, as we know, as we are working on installing Jenkins, so we'll be installing Jenkins. So once that, we need to start the services. So we'll be Ansible is provided us with an module named service. So we could see our service. So we'll be starting service of Jenkins. So state will be started. So let's see by running this playbook. So it's working, gathering information. So repo is done. So now it will be starting the service. Yeah, everything was successful. So we will go and see in our remote system. This is our remote VM. So we shall see the status. If it's active, then everything is successfully installed, downloaded, and configured. The command which we use to check a system CTL status Jenkins. So as we can see, it's kicking in active and running in. So we shall go our browser. As Jenkins runs on port 8080, you need to type your IP address of the system and next to it 8080 port number. So once we refresh, it takes a moment of time. So here we go. Jenkins is successfully installed. So administrator password is one. We have to copy this. We'll get the for the first time we have to do this. only for the first time. So we have to copy this and go to our terminal. So you have to get the password from the provided link of Jenkins. So we can use Vim. So from here you can get your password. I'll be pausing my video for 1 second as I copy my password, and later I'll be continuing it. So once you copied it using Vim command, so I've pasted the password of administrator. You have to just click continue over here. So it takes few minutes, depends upon internet speed. So once it's done, you can install suggested plugins or select plugins install. So I'll be not installing. So right now I'll be not installing anything. So just we have set up Jenkins. Later you can install your required plugins. Due to the video constraint, I'm not installing the plugins. So we can start using Jenkins. Click on the button. So here we go. Jenkins is successfully installed and set up. So this is the Jenkins interface. So you can go over here. You can build any kind of a pipelines which you need. So I'll be not doing it. The main motto was to install and configure Jenkins using Ansible. So you could see that we have successfully done this through Ansible. Thank you.